Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope everybody is having an awesome week so far. Students, this class is an IELTS listening class. We will be looking at part 3 and part 4 of the listening exam that we started last Tuesday. And if some of you were in that class, you'll remember that part 2 has that topic of a group project. And part 4 will be something about climate change. We will do the listening, we will answer the questions, and we'll go through some strategies. Welcome, Anna. Good to see Olivia, Tsegareta, Davlodha, lots of students in the class. Welcome, Carolina, our chat moderator. Good to have you all here with me today. Students, this material, the listening material, and everything you see in this class is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Check us out there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They power these live classes, and they house all of our materials. aehelp.com looks like this with this big blue background. Click the big red button to join the premium version of the course. It's just right there, and it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We're an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, an IELTS test registration center. We boast the very first IELTS video on YouTube back in 2011. And for general IELTS, check us out here with the green background. Again, click that big red button, fill out your information. It's a one-time payment, about 30 to 50 bucks US, and you're golden. Use the code FUTURE10 for a 10% discount. We want your future to be a perfect 10. So, Ahmed, thank you. I like that you like this podcast. All right, students, so with your premium membership on the website, you also get some premium classes. This week, we will be looking at some reading on Thursday and some speaking on Friday. But before those premium student classes, we will have us and admin at aehelp.com. Okay, listening. So students, we got a bit into the listening last week. We did part 1 and part 2. It is a graded exam, the IELTS, so listening part 3 gets to be a little bit more difficult, part 4 even more difficult. Let's just listen, and then we'll look at the answers together. Think about the answers while you're listening. Write down the answers somewhere, not in the chat. Okay, give everybody a chance. I'll put on my headphones so I can hear what you hear. We're looking at the very first exam from our first book. We've got several books on the website. It's this one here. We're looking at section 3. These are kind of called part 3 these days, but there you go. There you have it. That's what we're looking at. And we'll answer these questions. I can make this a little bit bigger, I think, for you. So it's still on the page. Let's check that out. In the meantime, we'll hop over to the website here. I'm already subscribed, so all I have to do is... What's happening there? That's not good. The internet seems to be having some sort of an issue. I hope everybody can see me, though. All right, there's the site. My internet seems to be groggy this morning, which is very unusual. Very fast internet. Anyway, so you've got lots here: computer-based practice exams, full online interactive course. And then we have our audio CDs. This is our first exam, so we'll just go right here. Part 3. Get ready, everybody, because you will only hear the audio one time, just like in the real test. And ready, set, go.
Now turn to section 3. Take some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Listening section 3. You will hear 3 students organizing a class project. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
I just got an email from the professor saying the due date for our European History group project has been pushed back to Monday.
Great! That means we'll have the weekend to work on it.
I suppose that's good news, but I don't really want to do any homework on my weekend. I had planned to go away with my girlfriend for some relaxation this weekend.
I suppose that's understandable. Maybe we should just have it done by Friday, the original due date. That gives us today and Thursday to finish it.
We can do that, I think. I'm available tomorrow. How about we spend today planning it, assign tasks to take home with us and do tonight, and then meet tomorrow and put it all together? Does that sound right?
That works for me.
That doesn't work too well for me. My afternoon is very busy. I guess I'll just have to burn the midnight oil tonight.
What has you so tied up, Evan?
I have a basketball game after school today, and then my favourite football team plays this evening at 7. It's okay though. I'll get the work done. Let's get started on the planning.
All right. So we have to come up with a 3-panel poster about a topic in European history. I already bought the material for the poster, so we don't have to worry about that.
How much was it?
It was £3.
OK, we'll each give you £1 for the poster board.
No, don't worry about it. My dad paid for it anyway.
Sounds good to me.
Right then, since there's 3 of us, my idea was that 2 of us could take care of the writing part of the project, while 1 of us could look after the artwork, making the poster look smart.
I'll do the artwork. I think I'm a pretty good artist.
I'll be happy to do half the writing. What topics are we going to choose?
Well, the professor said the topic has to be an event that took place somewhere between 1400 and 1800, so we can't do either of the world wars.
That's too bad. My dad is an expert on the Second World War, and he could have helped me with my part. What are we going to do instead?
You now have some time to look at questions 27 to 30.
All right, so far so good, students. Let's look at these questions 27 to 30.
Now listen to the rest of the discussion and answer questions 27 to 30.
I was reading my textbook the other day and I read some really interesting information on the French Revolution.
That's a really good idea.
I know. How about instead of doing a summary of the French Revolution, we write about some of the people involved instead?
Oh, I like that idea. So who are some of the important people?
Well, there's the King, Louis XVI.
Robespierre was important, I think.
Yes, he was. And of course, Napoleon Bonaparte.
We should have 4 people, so you can each write about 2 people.
How about Marie Antoinette?
OK, so we have 4 historical figures. Each of you are going to write about 2. Now we have to decide how much we're going to write. Remember, we have to fill up a 3-board poster.
That's a good point about the 3-board poster. Maybe we should do a 5th person, then we can have 2 figures on each side with 1 in the middle.
Good idea. We can make the middle one really important. We'll make that one Napoleon. As for a 5th person, how about Voltaire?
Good. So how about I do the important one on Napoleon and a smaller one on Robespierre?
OK, and I'll do the other 3.
How long should each topic be?
I'd say 200 words each for the small ones and 450 for the big one on Napoleon.
I think that sounds about right. What do you think about meeting up later?
That is the end of section 3. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students, and in that half a minute, definitely check those answers. That's what you should be doing. You will have more time to review the next part questions, and you will have time at the end to review all of your answers in the listening part. You have about 5 minutes in the computer-based exam, and you have 10 minutes in the paper-based exam. And the reason why you have more time in the paper-based exam at the very end is because you get to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. All right, students, let's go through these answers together.
4.
Now, I
some
used
time
a
to look at
few
questions
different
31 to
strategies
40.
here when I was doing this listening
Listening
section with
section
you.
4.
Let me just
You
stop
will
the
hear
audio.
a
I can hear
professor
it.
discussing
Still
climate
going.
change.
Boom. That's how it works. It just goes. And in the real exam, that's what happens. There's no pausing or stopping. It just goes. Okay. Huxty Real. Thank you for that. By the way, students, I love it when you do this. Huxty Real just sent this message in the chat. Huxty says, hello, thanks. I just got 7.5 IELTS today. I can't thank you enough. Huxty, you're very welcome. You are super welcome. Good luck in your next steps. All right. That's fantastic. I love hearing positive news like that, especially because for me, it's just 6:42 in the morning. It's a great way to start the day. Again, if you want to be successful like Huxty and get all of our materials, sign up on our websites. All right. So I paused the audio. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's look at some answers. Okay. So question 21. What day of the week does the discussion take place? Day of the week is going to be Monday to Sunday, right? So it's going to be one of those 7 days. And I was listening and listening and listening. And this is what I heard. They said, we should have it done by Friday. It gives us today and Thursday to finish it. So what day is today? So if they want to have it done by Friday and they've got today and Thursday, then what day is today? It's just a little simple logic. Number part 3, it's not going to be Friday, Golzoda. They want to have it done by Friday. This question is, what day of the week does the discussion take place? So what is today? Golzoda says, whoop, 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 whoop. Just a second. Sorry, everyone. That's Wednesday. You're right, Golzoda. That's right, Seguretta. It is Wednesday. Remember, students, the IELTS is a thinking exam. So you have to think, especially in part 2, 3, and 4. So here it's Wednesday. Sometimes you have to do some simple math. The correct answer is Wednesday. Capital W, capitals matter. There you go. Shakrani, nice job. Okay, and then we had to fill out this little table here. And the table looks like this. You always pay attention to headings, students. The group task and when the task is completed. Okay. Number 22. This is the task, and this is what they're doing today. And they're doing this today. You don't even really have to catch what they say. They say it, but you don't even have to catch it because you know what they're doing today. What are they doing today, everybody? Well, Zoda seems to know. Well, they're having a bit of a discussion, right? But they're not just discussing. What happens after? You remember the second part where they're like, we got to make this 3-board poster about the French Revolution. Let's put Napoleon in the middle. That's right, Golzoda. Golzoda is really paying attention today. Good job, Golzoda. I'm going to give you a thumbs up here. In fact, it'll be my very own thumb. And this is for you here, Golzoda. We're going to give you a big thumbs up. Boom. There you go. Just before your happy faces. Thanks, Carolina. Yeah, Raman is asking a question. Can you type all in capital letters? Yes, you can. So it's just remember, it's slower to write all capital, unless you're in the computer-based exam. So yeah, this is what Raman was asking, and Carolina said, "Yep." Thanks, Carolina. Carolina's our chat moderator, and she knows lots about the IELTS. So you can ask her. She's got awesome English too. So you can answer or ask her, and she will give you an answer. Yes, you can. Just be careful with time and spelling. Also, students, you might as well learn good capitalization, because in the writing section you can't write all capitals. So you eventually have to do it anyway. So definitely still learn it, even if you're using it in the listening, to avoid mistakes. All right. Yeah. So Golzoda, you said it. Today they're planning the project. So that's the correct answer there. Today they're planning the project. They're doing the project tonight, right? Because then they have to put the project together. When are they putting the project together? Today, tonight. Thank you, Golzoda. Yeah. Everybody else, just like Golzoda, be brave. Put your answers in the chat. Shakrani says tomorrow, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a good guess, Shakrani. Yeah, IELTS is not, they're not trying to be mean with you. It's today, tonight, tomorrow. That's a great guess, Shakrani. Sadula says, after a few days? Meh, you couldn't do that. Sadula, after a few days is 4 words. Here, pay attention to the instructions always, students. No more than 1 word for these, right? So, yeah, Zizu, you're in a good place. Yeah, so it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the right answer. Okay, and then who paid the cost of the posters? Someone bought it. So always turning the multiple choice into statements. Someone bought it. Like, don't worry. So who this person? They said, oh, we'll each give you £1. And then the girl's like, no, it's okay. Someone paid for it anyway. Who paid for it? B, that's right. It was the father, was the dad. She says, my dad paid for it. Don't worry about it. How much did it cost? Bonus question. How much was that 3-panel poster? 3-panel poster, everybody. A panel, 1 panel, 2 panel, 3 panel. It's a 3-panel poster. And it says 400, 800. Cost £3. That's right, Shakrani. Good job, Golzoda. Okay, £3. Yeah, active listening, everybody. You want to catch all those details. It was £3. That's why they each want to chip in £1, because there's 3 of them, right? It was £3. Okay. Write no more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. The topic must be an event that occurred sometime. It should be a space there. That's weird. Grammar check doesn't know what it's doing. The topic must be an event that occurred sometime between the years. Anna says 400 and 800. No. It's French Revolution, right? French Revolution was not that long ago. 1400 and 1800. Very good. Yeah. So there's a 400-year window for the events, and sure enough, in 400 years lots happens in human history. So 1400 to 1800. Okay, in your answer sheet, if you're doing the paper-based exam, it would just be something like this: 14 comma 18. That's it. Okay. And is like, oh well, French Revolution, everybody. Shakrani says, but it cannot be World War I. It cannot be either of the World War. 1400 and 1800. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what topic would the male student like to write on? I'm just going to check that 1400, 1800. Let's listen to that number one more time. I'm a little skeptical if it's not little bit later on. But you know what? That's what you want to do. So again, this is our website here, aehelp.com. For general IELTS students, it's gieltshelp.com. Click those big red buttons to join the premium version. And let me just jump back here.
Now
just check
turn to
that here.
section.
Let me just
Does that sound right?
That works for me.
That doesn't work too well today.
How much was it?
It was £3.
Okay, we'll each give you £1 for the poster board.
let's see.
No, don't worry about it. My dad paid for it anyway.
Sounds good to me.
Right then, since there's 3 of us, my idea was that 2 of us could take care of the writing part.
I'll do the artwork.
I think the topic has to be an event that took place somewhere between 1400 and 1800.
Yeah.
So we can't do...
Yep. Took place somewhere between 1400 and 1800. So that's right. It's 1400, 1800. Okay. No more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. So there you go. There's 2 numbers there for you. Okay. All right. That would be a number for each blank there. Okay. What topic would the male student like to write on but cannot? Because his dad's an expert. He's like, my dad's an expert. Number 26 is World War II. WW Roman numeral 2, World War II. That was the topic. That's the easiest way to answer that question. WW2, Roman numeral 2, World War II. That's what, yeah. All right. And then, so basically they've decided to do the project on the French Revolution. And they have this 3-panel poster board. And they have to fill it. They list people. They list Robespierre. They don't list Rousseau. They list the king, Louis XVI, and they list Napoleon Bonaparte. They say one of these people should go in the middle. Which one of these people should go in the middle? He said the most important one should go in the middle. Who is that? Who should go in the middle? Anybody catch that one? Yeah, Shakrani Rahman, very good. Napoleon Bonaparte, right? B goes into the middle. There's Napoleon with his funny little hat. Okay, got him. Rousseau was not mentioned, right? So Rousseau is C. Okay. And then that makes 27 and 29 fairly easy. They will be at the side of the poster. So A and A. So the correct answers were A, C, A, B. Who got that? Who got all of those? Anybody get all 4 of them right? Side of the poster, not included. Side of the poster, middle of the poster. Who got it? Anybody? Give me a thumbs up if you got that right. Let's see. Who did that? Next says, I got 3 out of 4. Students, well done. Okay. Golzota says, students, the correct way, just some of you are writing incorrectly. Golzota and Neck, it's 3 of 4. Not 4 of 3. Okay, that's wrong. This is the correct way to write those numbers. Okay, Anna, good job. All right. Okay, it's always 3 over 4, and then when you lean it this way, so it's 3 of 4, like that. Okay. I'm not a math teacher, but you got to know those basic rules. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get into climate change here. Section 4. And then we'll add up our answers after here. Let's jump right in. Listen, this will be a bit faster. Section 4, or part 4, is faster than part 1, 2, 3, and there's no break. Okay, so it just goes all through the answers, one by one. Boom, boom, boom. So you got to be ready for it. Again, we're going to go back to the website here, ahelp.com, and jump right in.
Now turn to section 4.
Get ready, students.
Take
Answer these
some time to
questions.
look at questions 31 to 40.
Climate change, background
Listening
information.
section 4. You will hear a professor discussing climate change.
Causes and implications. Okay, so what causes climate change? Maybe humans, maybe the earth. Who's going to change? Okay, what do we need to do? Economics, so money. And the conclusion.
Now listen carefully and answer questions
Okay, you can't read
31
everything
to 40.
in part 4. There's not enough time, but you get the main
Hello
idea.
class, hope you all had a good weekend. Today we will be talking about climate change. Life on Earth is going to have some adapting to do if climate scientists are correct with regard to their predictions of the Earth's rising atmospheric temperature. Humans and animals alike may have to change both their habits and habitats. The average temperature on the Earth's surface has risen by an estimated 1 degree centigrade in the last 100 years, and this trend is continuing at an ever-increasing speed. Until now, it seems that business and the environment have met as adversaries. But with the growing profitability of green products, perhaps business can play a positive role in the fight to save the environment. There is an ever-growing consensus that the cause of climate change can be linked to human action. To be more specific, environmental change is caused by the emission of greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is chief among these. So what's so bad about things getting a little warmer, you may wonder? Weather patterns could become more extreme. The polar ice caps could melt. Sea levels could rise, and incidences of famine due to drought could also increase. On the other hand, places such as northern Canada will likely become more productive for farming and mineral and crude oil extraction. What isn't positive about the permafrost melting is that the ice is a carbon sink, and when it melts, it releases even more carbon into the atmosphere. It's clear that humans will have to change their relationship with the Earth and its resources, but the debate remains over who should be leading that change. Advocates of personal responsibility claim that small personal measures, such as changing light bulbs or riding a bike, can make a significant difference. On the other hand, governments from developing countries are calling for economic reparations to be paid by developed nations because, after all, it is the rich who cause most of the environmental damage and made money from it. The other major group that has profited from our increasing environmental degradation are corporations. Business has always been about production and consumption. The invisible hand of supply and demand has long run our economic system, and now there is an ever-growing demand for conservation. The question is, when will consumer demand be commensurate with green technological advances that allow for environmentally friendly products to actually be more profitable than those that pollute? One option to speed up this process is to have governments impose true cost taxes on every product that is sold. This would force prices to include an economic pressure to purchase or use products that will not cause further environmental degradation or carbon emissions. There is little doubt that climate change is going to cause a drastic difference to our environment and way of life. The questions that remain to be asked revolve around how to solve the climate crisis and who will pay for the restructuring of our patterns of consumption that have led to these problems. With the ever-growing desire for green consumer goods, perhaps businesses can answer some of these questions by producing environmentally sound products. Even if business has a role to play in saving the environment, it is clear that we all need to do our part.
That is the end of section 4. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students. And again, check those answers. Let's stop the audio. Boom. Okay. And then, if you want to get all of our other exams and full audio and video and all that jazz, go to ahelp.com, click the big red button, and join right there. So part 4 is quick. And you notice that it's a lot of paraphrasing. So Really, to do a good job in part 4 of the listening, it's not just about listening, but it's about really effective reading. So students, I can't stress enough for success on the IELTS, you must read every day in English at least 1 hour. Okay? Because obviously you have to, read fast here, and you have to paraphrase. Okay, some of you are really excited to answer these questions, which is good. Let's check it out. So for 31 and 32, humans as well as other species, they say other animals, may have to drastically alter, may have to really change their habits and habitats. Yeah. Habits, basically behaviors, and habitats. Yeah, very good. A lot of you got that one. Fantastic. Habits, habitats. So you had to get both of those words to get that 31 correct. Earth's surface temperature has risen an estimated 1 degree centigrade in the past century. Always read with the audio. Don't just look at the spaces. Okay, students, when you're doing the IELTS, don't just look at this part and then jump to this part, and then jump to this part, and then jump to the next part. Don't jump to just the questions, because you will get lost. Okay? It's very important, and this is where your reading skills come in handy, that you read every single sentence so you know where you are in the audio and so that it makes sense. Okay? Is that clear? Thumbs up, everyone. 2 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up, all those thumbs up. It's very important. Okay, some students think that you can do this part by just jumping like this. Won't work. Okay, careful. Hamid says, okay. Ziza said, I got 3 thumbs up for you. Awesome. So read, right? Businesses and environmentalists have been at odds with one another, but the emergence of something may change this. Okay, and it's I think it's 2 words max. Always read the instructions. Yeah. What was the answer for number 32? But the emergence of, yeah, very good. Green products. I can't read the Cyrillic, but you're right. It's green products. Okay, so it's products that are environmentally friendly, like biodegradable bags, for instance, or rechargeable batteries are really, really helpful. Oh, green products. Causes and implications. Okay, here we go. So, climate change is caused by greenhouse gases. Specifically what? The guy says one type of... Yeah, very good, Raman. Raman says it's carbon dioxide, everybody. Hope and Hope says, how about let's just do CO2, right? It's a little easier. Sure you can. As long as it's the right answer. CO2 is the right answer. Warmer weather can cause extreme weather patterns. Ice caps could melt and famine could occur. Northern Canada may become a beneficiary. As far as food production is concerned, it could become a more productive place for what? So, Canada's already a pretty good place for this, but maybe even better in the future? Shakrani says crude oil extraction. It's 3 words, Shakrani. It would be crude oil extraction, and you can only have 3 words. So the correct word here is farming. Golzoda, it's not corn. We grow lots of corn in Canada, actually. But it's farming. Probably more corn. Yeah. Okay, it's farming. A big negative is that the melting permafrost contains a lot of carbon, which will be released if the ice caps melt. Who is going to change? People who think each person is responsible for themselves believe that small steps such as using energy efficient what? Or riding a bike. They kind of said it in reverse. They said riding a bike or using energy efficient this. and then they gave you the answer, and hopefully you're like, Eureka! Whoop, whoop, whoop. What is that object called? Good word. Open up. Good word, Chakrani. One word, everybody. One word. Light bulbs. Yep. Change their light bulbs to LEDs. You'll save a lot of money. Governments from developing nations want developed countries to pay them for causing such environmental damage. I bet they do. I would too. Economics. This one was tricky. You had to really catch this one. It was like, if you didn't catch it, you kind of have to pay attention to this expression, supply and demand. It means like we want to buy it, so somebody's going to make it. Right? No, this was not. It's the invisible hand. The invisible hand of supply and demand. Yeah. Has been in charge of economics for a long time. Economists wonder when consumer demand for environmental products will surpass products that pollute. One solution to the problem is to institute a what? 2 words here, everybody, and hopefully you caught it. Some kind of a tax. So this is going to be an adjective. It's some kind of a taxation that they said there. Yeah, Ali, light bulb is 1 word. You can have 2 words here. Yeah, it's true cost. Very good, Anna. Good work. Nicely done. It's true cost. Right? So if you buy a car with a big 8-cylinder engine, you're going to have to pay more money because it pollutes more, right? True cost. Tax on each purchase which is deemed to be environmentally unfriendly. This would provide economic something to buy environmentally friendly products. Now, if you're understanding what this person's saying, then you should be able excuse me. Then you should be able to just even guess this one. Yeah, very good. Pressure. Very nice. Yeah, pressure. It pressures you. It makes you want to buy products that are environmentally friendly. Exactly. Now the conclusion. You've got 2 questions left, and then you're off to the reading section, everybody. The conclusion. Climate change is going to change our way of life. Who will pay for the necessary changes in our consumption patterns? With the growing demand for environmentally friendly goods, it is arguably, and somebody said this for an earlier answer, but this is where it comes. So, environmentally friendly goods. Yeah, very good, Lim. Lim Kui here. Very nice. Businesses. Good job. Fantastic. I'm going to give you a thumbs up for that. Boom. That's for Lim. Good job, Lim. It is apparent, however, that somebody have a responsibility to look after the environment. Who is it? We all. Jaheen. We all is correct. There you go. Another huge thumbs up in the chat there. Yeah, well deserved. We all have a responsibility. Very good. Students, well done. Okay, again, this exam is coming from our website, aehelp.com. Put that in the chat for you here if you do decide to get all of our practice tests and join all of our live classes, because remember, the premium classes on Thursday, Friday, you have to join here and pay that one-time fee, which is totally worth it. And then you get 4 classes instead of 2 classes each week. Students, how did you do? What did you get out of what did you get out of 20 today? And if you were here last week, Tuesday, what did you get out of 40? Okay, what were your scores? Anna says 27. Hopping up, you could write humans. Have to? Yeah, you could write that. It's we all as humans. Yeah. Yeah, good question. Okay, students, well, here's the good news. On the website, we also have a score calculator at the bottom. So you can figure out from your raw score, your band score. So Anna says she got 27. So 27 is a 6.5, Anna. Very good. Okay. This is a score calculator here. Let me just drop that in for you. Boom. There it is in the chat. Okay, the general IELTS also has that. Golzota says, I got 32. I got a little thing here. But, oh, it said 30 that it changes to 7. 31, nope. 32, 7.5. Golzota, you got a 7.5 by 1 mark. If you get 31, it's a 7. You get 32, it's a 7.5. It's the 1 mark. We'll do it. Okay, Shakrani, 18 out of 20 is good. And then 12 out of 20 is then the okay, so 30. Okay. So 30 is a 7, which is good because I think 29 is a 6.5. So you got 7 by just one. And Golzota's like, yes. All right. Students, you all did a fantastic job. As long as you're here and you're learning, you're on the right path to victory. General IELTS students, gieltshelp.com. Join us. Definitely. ahelp.com. Join us. Definitely. And we will help you succeed. That's what we do.
You need to pass IELTS.
You need to pass IELTS. Students, tomorrow we'll do speaking. We'll use Zoom. You'll get a chance to speak. We'll chat with each other. Remember to sign up at aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com, and remember to study every single day. Practice is the key to success. You're super welcome, Anna. Akhmadukov. Check out the website for that, Mark. You're very welcome. Golzota, good work, everyone. Shakrani, nicely done. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. Much love to all of you wherever you are in the world today. Bye for now.